Nordstrom has decided to go private. So they agreed to a $6.25 billion deal with the family retail group El Puerto de Liverpool. The family is also going to assume $2 billion of the debt. One of the main reasons they want to do that is they want to just, have the family back involved in the operations, basically have more flexibility to compete with brands like Walmart and Amazon while still being able to provide good quality products. Tiffany, I'd love your thoughts on this, especially from the stock perspective here. When a company that has been public for so long going private, what that means. And even if you could just explain that simple, or not what may sound simple process of public to private.
I mean, right now you can buy Nordstrom stock. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. So when they go private, you will no longer be able to purchase shares. When Nordstrom goes private, the going to be able to control a lot more of their operational changes without the scrutiny of shareholders. They're going to be more nimble, right? Make decisions that they feel is best. I've been watching them over the years. Kind of used to be I would consider them a rather high-end or just below high-end department store, right? So your stores like Saks and even Marcus and things like that. But they started doing some changes, I noticed over the years, where in their markets, they pulled out a lot of their higher-end products. And really, unfortunate. I think they were trying to make a good business decision. And I don't know how that, a little bit of their sales. But then in the past, I would say 5 years, 3 to 5 years, they've been making this shift to having more inventory online on the Nordstrom app and using the stores as fulfillment centers. And so I hope they're able to turn this around and do well. Their earnings reports, have not been great. And you can see that, things like Saks and Neiman Marcus. And by the way, we were talking earlier about the fact that Saks is now buying Neiman Marcus. And I think that with that acquisition, they're going to be I think the largest department store conglomerate. And so in contrast to Nordstrom, that again, not super high end, but definitely higher end, right? But the partnership, this acquisition between Saks and Neiman's really creates this behemoth of luxury department store. And so I'm going to be interested to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah. And, Nordstrom topic just for a second, I think what's on my side, what I really noticed about Nordstrom does have a massive tech team, made the shopping experience a lot easier, the omni-channel aspects of it, of how you can go online, offline, and how you purchase things. And then, when it comes to Nordstrom's, of course, is the Seattle flagship store, which is interesting because they have, and it has at other Nordstroms, by the way, but I notice it in the Seattle one where they'll have these essentially mini stores inside of Nordstrom of all the high-end luxury. So you have a Louis Vuitton and Tom Ford, Saint Laurent, you have all these, which is pretty fascinating. So, on Marcus side though, just to kind of show details. So Saks has announced this acquisition for $2.7 billion of Neiman. Basically, the merged entity will be a combination of 36 Neiman Marcus and 41 Saks Fifth Avenue stores. That even isn't Nordstrom doing that though? Store count wise? I don't know.
I was talking about was the market. So
of course. Yeah.
The market, right? Because all department stores aren't created equal. Saks and Neiman's are very high end. Yeah. Nordstrom, I would say as a higher end, but over the years, I think that it's kind of changed. And I want to compete with Walmart and Amazon. That's not the Neiman's Saks customer. These are two different things. This acquisition creates the largest, high-end.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, Tiffany, thank you so much for joining us this week. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. I definitely enjoyed it, and I think we should have you back on again.